Corey, we got a special guest, but I can't say special guest, man. He's a master of a lot of things, man. He got his own TV show, all mixed with a podcast. He's a great public figure. Man, I love this guy. He's an MC. He's a party promoter, a sexual health advocate. My main man. Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
You know, when you introduce me like that, it's so hyped up. I'm like, oh, I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. If people say I got a TV show, it's an internet show. So it's based on YouTube, Instagram. You can follow it. The Let's Talk About It show.
That's right.
You know, I be on the street. I be talking to the people about different things that's going on. Right now, I've been trying to focus it on sexual health, asking people those taboo questions.
Right. My main man, Khaos.
Oh, like it.
So what's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on in my world?
Yes, I'm excited to have you on the show. Let's get into it. Tell us about what made you want to become a public figure.
Well, I think that it just kind of happened. One day I made this video about one of my friends wanted me to take him to go get tested, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like I heard this Pandora commercial, and the Pandora commercial was very, very dark. Mm-hmm. It was very dark, and they wanted people to go and get tested. But I'm like, if they wanted people to get tested, then why is it so dark? Why is it seeming like, it's the end of the world? Why are they not making people educated and knowledgeable, letting them know that they're able to live healthy lives if they are HIV positive? And so I went ahead and made a video about that, and I kind of spoke about that.
Right, and I also like that you had a billboard put up about STDs.
Yeah.
About going to get tested for STDs and HIV. But it's very important. Because a lot of people don't discuss that, but that's very important, especially when you're sexually active.
Right.
It's very important. But when I seen that billboard, I was like, I like this. I like this.
So you did see the billboard?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I enjoy it. Like, I got to say this, you motivate me. You motivate me to be, because you be you and you don't care about how people feel about you. Yeah. And that's one thing I love about you. Okay. And that's what made me kept going, because I had insecurities about my weight, being on camera, and this and that. But when I went to your Instagram, I was like, nah, I'm me. I'm me. I don't care. I don't care what people say. But you motivated me. When I first met you, it was like good vibes. You know what I'm saying? I felt their energy. Like, you serious about what you do. And like I said, once I heard your, Let's Talk About It podcast, like I said, the mission, when you were talking about mental health.
Yeah.
And big people, a lot of people that's overweight and stuff, they have issues with that. And I was one of them. I didn't want to do things because I thought I didn't fit where everybody.
You said you didn't want to do what?
I didn't want to do a lot of things. Like, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do. I hid for myself from the world because I was afraid of my weight. You know what I'm saying? I was afraid. So but when I started watching your videos and I met you, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm about to just go out here, and ever since then, that's why I had to have you this interview, man, because I really want to tell you in your face I appreciate you.
Man, that means the world.
Well, like, I really appreciate you because you gave me the strength to just say, forget it, I'm serious. You gave me the strength. Like, wow. I was like, wow.
Wow.
So that's why I kept hitting you up, like, Khaos, I got to have you on here. I got to have you on it because there's a lot of good things. But I also want to mention, let's talk about this Adidas commercial.
Oh, wow, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That was really, really nice. The Adidas commercial was nice. Well, obviously, I'm in the ballroom scene.
Yeah.
I'm legendary in the ballroom scene. Shout out to my House 11. Y'all know the vibes. But no, one of my friends, he's, this guy named Jupiter, he had opportunity with the Adidas commercial. They were highlighting him in the Adidas thing, and he needed people to be also in it. And when I went to the commercial, we did everything. It was like, yo, can you come back and do some more footage? I'm like, yeah. And then they interviewed me about it, but it just kind of talked about the ballroom scene here in Detroit, because a lot of times Detroit doesn't get highlighted in ways that it should, and sometimes we're not showcased, where the talent isn't showcased or the hustle isn't showcased, and they kind of like focused on that. And I wanted to highlight that as well, because I'm a person who's from Detroit, very proud to be from here, and we don't play no games in no states, especially when it comes to competition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
man, you tell us about this battle, man. Why you do Kamaguchi like that, man, in that battle, man? Why you tore the floor up, man? Why you do her like that? In that battle,
one thing. Man? Okay, so in Vogan, one thing about it is there used to be this chance. So Vogan is, people who don't know, if you do know, it's a dance. I mean, you probably heard it from Madonna, but we've evolved so much from that. So many dances are incorporated with voguing. And one thing you don't do is you don't touch somebody when you're voguing. There's too much room. There's too much space. And then for my caliber of voguing, when you're a legendary voguer, you should not even have to touch anybody. You should be able to vogue in a small space because you're just that talented. You're that good. You're such a master. That's what they call them, the masters of your elements. And so I think he grabbed my leg. Ooh. That's what he did. He had grabbed my leg, and I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? You from another Detroit thing. Like, nigga, don't excuse me, I'm going to cuss on him. But don't touch me, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And so I kicked him, and, you know, we kept going, and I won.
Tell us this good experience about being in Charlotte, North Carolina. I see you had a dance off there, and it was, you danced your ass off.
Thank you.
You did real good. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was my first time in North Carolina, like, overall. It was a major ball, so it was one of the biggest competitions in the country. That was crazy to have, you know, won that. That was great. And another thing was being in the South. Just being in the South and seeing how slow it is and how the people are. They seem a little nicer. But I was only there for like 2 days, and during that time I was with my team, which was my house, and I really got to get to know them, and it was very family oriented, a lot of love, and so that was like the biggest highlight of it, was being with them. That's what ballroom is originally about, is finding, because you know in the LGBTQ community we don't a lot of times have that family. I do, and I'm grateful for that, but you know we have an extended family. We create our own, and so that's what North Carolina was more so about, family for me.
Speaking of that, can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
Because how do you feel about people attacking Lil Nas X about the pregnancy thing? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about people attacking? Because this is what I say. I say I don't have no room to judge no one. Right. I like him to just he's human just like me. Yeah. And if he was sitting there here, I have a peaceful conversation with him because I got so much respect for him. I mean, people they're entitled to their opinions, but you don't have you shouldn't offend people, you know, because you have problems too, or things you don't know what that man could be going through or went through.
Good thing, Lil Nas?
Yeah.
What you mean what he could be going through?
Well, he probably get tired of people harassing him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's not fair. If you don't have nothing to do with that, don't say nothing about it. Like, if it's not, if you're not relevant with that situation, don't speak on it. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. I don't have a problem with nobody.
So the thing with Lil Nas X is, I think number one, the pregnancy thing is a marketing strategy, and I think it's genius because what it's going to do is keep him at the top of topics. It's going to keep him at the top of the current events. He's going to be plastered all over the media, especially with things like with the baby, what he just said, right? So people are trying to say that Lil Nas X is going to influence the kids with, he's gay, and they're seeing people be gay in their face, and people aren't okay with that. And if we're talking about influencing things, if we're talking about he's going to influence a generation to be gay, then why hasn't this whole world influenced us to be straight? That's number one. We've seen guys and girls kiss all the time, and I never was influenced to be straight. I still had to go into a society that didn't accept who I was and be who I was because it's who I am. You can't. I don't believe, this is just an I statement, you can't influence a sexuality. You are. You just are. You know what I'm saying? And people talk about you can choose to be gay, but well, why would I choose to be this and I got to deal with all of this bullshit, right? And we don't have the conversations about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion talking about wet ass pussy or actually literally having sex on stage at the Grammys. We don't have those conversations, or we don't even talk about how men
So basically, you saying that they should nitpick. They should talk about everything if they're gonna bring that up.
I mean, we just need to stop covering up this homophobic behavior and call it what it is, that we don't want to see this. We don't like it. Right. It's not about your kids, because it never was about that. You know what I'm saying? It was always about, you don't like guys on guys. That's what you don't like, and you don't want to see it on TV. And I would much more respect a person for saying that versus saying, oh, he's pregnant. People do dumb shit all the time for marketing strategies.
I totally agree.
You know, so yeah.
But like I said, if you don't partake in something and you don't know nothing about it, just don't talk about it at all. Like, don't talk about it at all. Like, it just, because I don't want to offend nobody. Yeah. And I don't have the right to offend nobody. My opinion. Some things are meant to just thought of, not been said. Like,
but no, I feel like, Corey, you know, like, to be honest with you, So we have a job as media broadcasters, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We have a job to have an opinion and be strong about it. So we should, we should, because this is our job to do this.
Right.
Have an opinion, be strong about it, and stand on it. And because we have to, our job is also to reflect the times.
Exactly.
So when people look back on 20 years and listen to podcasts and all that, they need to know what's going on and how people felt about it. So we got to talk about it.
Exactly. But I know this is my thing, because when it comes to the LBGT community, I don't know how to say it.
No, I love it.
They have the right to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't bother them. You know what I'm saying? I don't bother them, but when I talk to them, they cool as crap. I love talking to them. I love speaking to them. My cousin's involved with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, hell, I mean, we can party. Let's party. I know what I am. They know what they am. Hey, let's party. Let's do what we got to do to get a party. Because at the end of the day, we are human. We all gonna do what we want to do regardless, no matter what you say or what. But I figure like this: don't make fun of that situation if you don't know nothing about it. Ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing, and I'm like, I don't want to offend nobody. That's just me. I tell it like it is, but I don't want to offend nobody, because you have the right to do what you want to do, and damn it, be good. Now, what I don't like is people who hide their sexuality. I don't like.
Oh, so you don't really like the DL-ness and all of that?
I don't like. No, it's not right, because be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed. Like, if you're ashamed, then don't do it at all.
And I trust me, I'm not excited about the dudes who are DL or women or just the whole experience of being DL, but I do know the struggles of like being yourself.
Okay.
It is very difficult to be yourself, your most authentic self. A lot of people struggle with that, even without being gay. Just if you're a person who's creative, if you're a person who wants to get out of the religion that you're in, sometimes it's difficult to get out of that because of, you know, the backgrounds that you come from. You know, saying, oh, just be who you are, that's easy to say. But if I be who I am, I may have to leave my wife, and I may have to not see my kids, or I might have to not see my parents anymore. So sometimes it's not that simple.
So you think something, like I just said, some things are not good to be shown or said, it just, you know.
You just gotta be understanding and have compassion for each situation. So, cause I was a person who was like, I hate DL people, I don't like them. And then I started talking to a DL dude and kind of understanding his mindset and where he was with things and like.
Right, and now that you just broke it down, I understand now. Now that you break it down,
and that's why we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I understand. Like I said, I love this conversation already. Yeah. Now, can you please break it down to me? What is a good community activist?
Oh, okay, that's really good. I like that question because, you did your research. I like it. All right, so a good community activist in any type of realm, right, is a person who is in the streets. You got to be in the streets. When I say in the streets, the field that you're in, so me, is sexual health, right? You can catch me everywhere. Like right now, I'm not looking like how I be looking in the club because I just came from work. But you can catch me in a jersey, or you can catch me in something sexy. I don't know. But I'm always where the people at. I always keep my ear to the streets. I'm having these private conversations and asking people, you know, what makes you make this type of decision? Okay, so it was some cocaine involved. All right, cool. It was a little liquor involved. It was an E pill that was popping with some perk. Oh, you loved him. Okay, but always keeping your ear to the streets and always being in the mud. And when I say in the mud, you got to go to where it's at. You can't be behind the computer typing, talking about, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The people don't know you, they not going to fuck with you, period. Right. That's on everything.
Right. So, I mean, man, them questions you be asking on the street, it be some crazy.
Can we talk about that?
Yes. It be some crazy, like, about the part when you asked the lady about the virgin.
So let me.
She paused. She was like,
yeah.
I was like, you gonna answer? Yes or no? Like, I'm like, that's crazy, but that's one thing I like about you once again. You get out there and you, hey, I'm going to ask you these questions. Is this uncomfortable or not? That's my job. Either you answer it or you don't.
So the thing with the we're always trying to reinvent ourselves and things like that. And, you know, with the pandemic happening, I wasn't able to do my show as much as I wanted to. What I see for myself and what I would have for myself is I wasn't able to do during the pandemic. So I'm like, okay, we got to go into a different realm, and I need to talk to more people. I want to expand my audience outside of the LGBTQ audience, outside of that. I have that audience, and I love them, and I want to keep that audience. But I also need some, what's up, mommy? You good? She good. I want to make sure that I want to show gay men that we can communicate. Like, just because I'm gay, that don't mean that we can't kick it. That don't mean that we can't talk. So I go to the streets, especially in Detroit, or maybe I'm in New York. No. But no, I like to show that I can talk to anybody. I'm able to do this because this is what I do. And so I want to inspire other young gay men or older that we can talk to everybody. Don't just keep it in our area.
I gotta ask you a question.
You gotta ask me what you.
Yes, I do.
Okay, talk to me.
What sex is better, the high or the drunk?
Oh, you want to ask me?
Yes.
I would definitely go with high.
Why high?
That now you know saying like I be doing nothing like that. No, because it's intimate. When I'm drunk, I may not even do it. I'll be like, I'm gonna hit you. Like I want to hang out with my friends when I'm drunk and do hood rat shit. But if I'm high, I might hit you on some shit. Like I may do something I ain't never did. We may connect on the intimate level. So if I could get there.
Wow, that's crazy. So what is a typical day for you? What's the typical day for you? Give us a brief detail. What's a typical day for Khaos?
It depends on the day. So on a weekday, it's very normal, very cute. I get up, I pray, and I get ready for work. So I always try to listen to a motivational speak. Today was Oprah. I listen to that and get my day started, and just kind of be thankful today. I am a community outreach prep. Oh, damn, what am I? Okay, I'm a community outreach prep counselor. So I navigate people to prep. So I go to work, set up the day, try to find some patients to navigate them to prep. Prep is a drug that protects you from HIV. And so I try to do that. Then I come home, I take me like a light nap. Then I get up and try to take a nap. Around 7 o'clock, I'm trying to see what's the current events. And then I battle with myself to see if I'm going to talk about it because I'm like, I do this every day. It's crazy. But I see the current events and I be like, okay, which one am I going to talk about? I got to post something on Instagram. What's going to be next? And right now I'm working on I'm working on the sex line. So I'm creating these ingredients and these products. And so that's been really taking up a lot of my time. Now, if we talking about, you know what I'm saying, on Friday night and Saturday, it depends on if I'm in the city. All of August, I'm so blessed, I'm so thankful. But I've been every weekend out of town. Houston.
Yeah, I seen it. You came to Houston. But I want to ask you this question because this is an important question because we was talking about mental health. So you got yourself. Can I say your real name on here? Is it cool?
Yeah, K1.
K1. What's the difference between K1 and Khaos?
Oh, you really? Okay, you know what, Corey? I'm gonna give it to you. You doing your shit. I don't know if it's facts or what's the deal, but I'm really excited for you in broadcasting. I really am. That's a great question. The difference between K1 and Khaos. K1 is actually really cool, really laid back. I really don't like a lot of noise. I like to just be at home, just chill. I like to watch 227 like every night. That's kind of cool to me. I'm really a laid-back Leo, for real. Like, K1 is really laid-back. Now, Khaos, it's a big look. Like, I'm out, I'm about, it's happening, I'm talking to the people, it's lively, I want to be in a lot of stuff, and that's like, it's like night and day, really.
So, when you say being a lot of stuff, that probably will push you to being a powerful party promoter. What made you get into that as well?
Yeah, shout out to my friend Caleb Yeezy. That's my friend. He just was like, you should host parties. In 2016, you should host parties. I'm like,
man, you're real good at that. I'll be honest. I watch some of your parties. I'm like, Khaos know how to party.
Because I think MCs, and it's a lot. This what I'm learning. A lot of people want to be popular. Everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to be famous, and they want to be known. And I get that because nobody wants to be nothing. Nobody wants to be unknown, and I get that. But understand that this stuff that we do is a craft, and it's a something that you have to perfect, and it's a skill. So when you are MC of a party, right, or you're a host, you need to create a vibe in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know what vibe you at. Sometimes the party not supposed to be like city girls. They ain't supposed to be that.
You told that silhouette challenge up, dog.
Oh, you want
You told that silhouette challenge up, man. And can I ask you, on the video at the party, what was that blue bottle you was drinking? Was it champagne?
We're not saying their names. They ain't got no money.
Oh, what?
That's promotion. What happened? No, but it was on my page. That was Blue Bel Air. I don't know. It was like a new one, and so the people that I used to be a part of this
you better
team.
behave. We got company.
Yeah. I used to be a part of this team called The Firm. I'm no longer with them actually, so let's put that out there. But they had these bottles, the Blue Bel Air. It wasn't good. It was nasty. What happened?
So what's your favorite music you like to dance to?
To dance? Oh, well, as of lately, I've been really into New Orleans bounce music. I love that. Just for the vibe of it, like not even to bounce to, but just like it's just they always got like a good instrument. So like they have some Anita Baker, and then they had a beat going, and I like listening to that. I like listening to instrumentals, especially when I'm working at work or when I'm doing something. I like to listen to the instrumentals of like Beyonce without her singing on them, or like a lot of songs because it makes me feel like I'm doing work.
It's another question. What's another question? This one really gonna trip you out because I did my research.
Okay.
Tell us about this fashion model thing you got going on. These fashion models.
So, I'm not a model.
Shit,
I'm not.
Tell.
I'm not a model.
Take some
but
pictures, man.
I'm gonna tell you this too. This for people listening to whoever's listening. With Instagram, it looks better if you have 3 blocks and they all are coinciding. So if you take 3 pictures, like my birthday pictures, the jungle pictures, they all need to be of the same place, but maybe different poses. It makes your Instagram look better. It makes you look more professional. So if I can't post a video, because I told you I've been battling with my content and what I want to do and what's next. So, but I know that I could take a picture and keep everybody interested. So,
have you ever thought about being in movies, becoming a movie actor?
Being in movies?
Yeah.
No, I want to talk. I got something I want to say. I got people to influence. So
I can see you having a TV show on Netflix.
Netflix. You think you're on here?
Yeah.
What can I do on Netflix?
I think you open minded and you open for any conversation and you know how to make the conversation pop.
Let's do it. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
if we do the movie thing, we could do the movie thing. You know, so let's do the TV thing too. Let's throw Netflix and Hulu. What's good? Prime, Amazon Prime. What's the vibe?
Right. So how is it, man? Getting prepared to do host and dancing.
Okay, those are 2 different, and that's crazy because those are 2 different words. With hosting, you gotta have all your. Depends on the place that I'm hosting. So sometimes if I'm seeing a ratchet club, then I need to get into that, or what city I'm in. So like the parties in New York, the dick appointment. Shout out to Kenny too. The dick appointment parties. That's just the name of the party. But New York is so fucking lit. The reason why New York is so lit because you would think with that name only like gay people come. It'd be everybody in there. It'd be everybody in there because the dudes want to see the girls. And the girls want to see the dudes. They want to see the gay dudes. So the gay dudes in there. And you got white people mixed, but it's New York, so you already know the vibes. Right. But the music there is different, right? Okay. So it's like more of a circuit type of a party. So for that party, I just kind of got lit and I observed what was happening first, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna shout out the boroughs because we in New York, and then I'm gonna kind of just be like, ooh, and I'm feeling so good. Then I always go to the beat. If I'm hosting something like a red carpet or something like that, I always try to know about the event, make sure I'm knowledgeable around what's about to happen and who all is there. If it's some shit in Detroit and I know my hood baby is in there, I already know the vibe. So me and my girls gonna get drunk. What up, Jeremy? We gonna get a bottle. We gonna get lit, and that's how we gonna get ready. I
gotta ask you this last question, and this is a great question.
All right.
Say if you had a nice looking dude come up to you and approach you, he nice looking, but he get close to you, he musty as fuck. How do you handle that situation?
I'm still talk to him.
Oh, you are?
I'm gonna still talk to him because
even with the breath stinking.
Oh, see, you ain't say that. You ain't say that. I'm gonna be like, stand back. You need some gum, and then we gonna still, and we'll still talk though. But I'm gonna tell him what's going on. Now, if he don't take the hint, then it's over.
Right. You don't want to be mean, but you gotta be stern at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta be honest.
Right. So for the people out there that's watching this great episode of the podcast, how can they get in touch with Khaos?
Yo, hit me up. My Instagram is Khaos Talks, and I'm about to start a new segment on my Instagram called actually Khaos Talks, because everybody want to Let's Talk About It show. So, I am Mr. Let's Talk About It. Let's be clear about that. On YouTube, the Let's Talk About It show. On Facebook, Let's Talk About It show. And on Facebook, K1D Hill. But I'm not hard to find. Just look in the streets, you'll find me.
Right. So what's new? What's new for the show?
What's new for the show?
What you got coming up?
Right. I think I've been a little bit. I don't think I've been real enough. I don't think that I've told stories about me. I feel like I've talked a lot about a lot of things, but I think people are interested in me, and I want to give stories to help people, because that's how I started the show, like talking about stuff that what's going on in my life, or I would interview people on the streets, the stuff that actually helps you and something you could leave with. And I want to get back to that because that's the root of who I am. I always want to inspire.
Well, so far the work I see you do is brilliant. Nice. You do some nice work, man. So far, man, just keep the chaos coming. You know what I'm saying? Keep the chaos coming, man. Because like I said, I like the work that you do. You know, like you're a great activist, and I like that, and an advocate. And I like that.
Definitely appreciate that. And I want to just give you some kudos too, man. I've been watching you and I'm watching your podcast and I'm listening and I'm really proud of you. Especially, you know, I get it. I'm in the game, so keep doing what you're doing too.
Thank you, man. This is the Fresh for Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Layback Corey. My main man, Khaos. Make sure y'all check him out when he coming. This is the Fresh for Conversation podcast, y'all. Thanks a lot. Peace.
Peace.